you that in a minute. ReallySecure is not designed to detect attacks by recognizing the shellcode. Okay, Tim. Well, anyhow, he goes on. I conclude that you use something that we don't have an XPU for. I don't know what XPU means, but apparently it's something. And then, okay, 2 days later, this, by the way, this is all going on in a mailing list that I'm not a member of, and I didn't find this out until like months later, so I didn't have a chance to like respond to any of this. On their like, fucking A, man. This thing's just beeping like crazy. So I didn't have a chance to respond to any of this, but luckily I was doing a Google search of like my name and like mutate. So I was like, yeah, let's see how popular I am, and I was like, yeah. No, but no, someone CC'd me this. I disagree. You've left out these key steps, right? Tim, this is from Tim again. Tim Farley, ISS Atlanta. tfarley@iss.net. Apparently his phone numbers have changed, so I don't know. No, actually, I've actually heard also that Tim is no longer with ISS after, and this is just like 2 months old, so apparently, I don't know, there might have been a little abrasion there because he's really abrasive towards me. So he concludes that I left out some key steps, that I don't understand the scientific method, apparently, right? So attempt an unmodified attack, right here with the IMAP overflow. Verify the IDS responds to it. Okay. Suspicious. Yeah, IMAP. Okay. Attempt the modified version. Okay. Tim, thanks, man. He just like worked himself right into this. Okay, what I'm doing here, I'm doing the same thing I did before. You can't see that? Here, I'll get a second version up there for you guys. There you go. As you can see, M7, like my favorite song. Anybody know what? Anyone? Freaking ThinkPad. Anybody know M7? Magnificent 7? Apparently, what you do with it, this is the filter application, so it's going to take that same EXP that was run up there, short for exploit. M7. Here, I'll give you the help for that. Okay. Word. Apparently, you've got these 4 options here: I, S, M, or H, short for Intel, Spark, MIPS, or HP. The MIPS doesn't even exist in this code, so I'll just put it there for fun. I had the intention of coding that at the time when I wrote this, so. Now, and then what you do, so you select your architecture here. As you can see there, I did -I, this is an Intel overflow. And then you do -O, the offset. So you tell the filter when the offset, offset values are gonna, what they are, so it knows when to stop encoding, because you don't want to encode those. -N NOP, you've got to tell it what particular NOP you used, right? I mean, I know everyone uses 90, which is the official NOP, but I mean, there is the possibility that someone used something like the capital A, like Cheese does all the time. And then you do -X exploit, or you could run the exploit pipe M7 if you wanted to, because it accepts standard input if you don't do that. I just did that for fun, you know. And then in some other things here, -U, -L, upper lower code, -B, give it a string, that's your string of band characters, -C, that'll output a C-style array that you can just kind of embed in some other code, or you can like take and analyze somewhere else. -T will truncate the exploit attempt, because we know everybody's so damned lazy that they don't actually know like how big the buffer was supposed to be, and they just kind of ram a bunch of stuff down its throat. So you can like 9 times out of 10 truncate this thing by like 1 or 100 bytes, and it'll still function. -P is to pad the encode decode length. What this is, like, say I generated a decoder, but like the jump offset was a banned character, you might have to like tell this filter application to add some more bytes in there in the decoder so that you're not landing in a banned character, like a 2 upper 2 lower is space character. -U is an attempt to modulate the offset back into the knob sled. This can be dangerous because your exploit might not work because, you know, you could jump out of range. So we're going to go through here and run this new exploit. So, this guy is not a marketing person, neither is Chris Rowland for that matter. Chris Rowland actually made the initial response that ISS isn't vulnerable. You know, and he is an engineer apparently, and he has written many of the signatures in ReallySecure. So apparently this guy is the really in the know guy. Oh, it's a two-way street. Well, by the way, I actually did send this code to ISS ahead of time before the public release, and they had a chance to analyze it and everything, right? So I kind of see that as a two-way street, and they didn't provide me with their logs, which I would have seen as a two-way street. So I see some friction there. Yeah, I don't want to slam them, man, but you didn't have to flame me without CCing me on the bloody mail, you know? I mean, I didn't even know this was going on, and I'm getting flamed. So here you go. So let's do this, IMAP overflow, and see what ReallySecure has to say about it. Whoa! What's that? Sensor error. Holy shit. I didn't know this was going to happen. I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. Apparently, we just generated an exception fault in ReallySecure. We all know what that means. Oh, packet receive exception encountered in function hex 1004E360 in packet hash table packet proto TCP packet TCP UDP hash 000143. So apparently, I don't know. Let me think about this for a second. Oh, okay. This appears to be, I don't know, man. I think for some reason ReallySecure is attempting to diagnose the essence of the protocol here and figure out what all this means to it. Now, I feel great that like my packets mean a lot more to it than the IMAP did, and it's thinking a lot harder about what to do, and it just couldn't handle that, and it caused an exception. So, okay, let's see.
You should be thinking more about structured exception handling, man.
I know, I was thinking about that, dude. Boom! Oh, I flashed myself. So we'll do it again. Another sensor error. So this is a reproducible error, it looks like. Well, I mean, I think this might be exploitable. You know, it just seems to me. Yeah, my laptop thinks so too. There you go, ThinkPad. He's thinking a lot. You know, so this, you know, that address we saw here. What was that again? Let's get the new one. Okay. Similar kind of thing, hash table, blah, 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 exception encountered calling this function that it can't resolve the name of that, so I'm assuming that it's overwriting some kind of function pointer, something like that. So, you know, if we could make some intelligent use of that instead of just kind of random, this is designed to be random. And I mean, if we made some intelligent use of what that randomness was coming over here, you know, we could direct the instruction flow of ReallySecure. Possibly, right? I'm just thinking. I'll set up another demo here. Just take a second. I flashed my other. let's do it on another